When The Brady Bunch premiered on September 26, 1969, it delivered a vision of American family life so pristine it felt like a fantasy. With 6 kids, 2 patient parents, and a housekeeper who always had the perfect quip, the split-level house at 4222 Clinton Way became the most recognizable address on television. But behind the orange kitchen and the groovy wallpaper, the stories of the actors who brought that family to life were anything but picture-perfect. What happened to the kids and parents after the cameras stopped rolling reveals a tapestry of chaos, tragedy, and resilience that the show's squeaky-clean script could have never predicted. Mike Look Inland was only 8 years old when he bounded down those stairs as Bobby Brady, the perpetually scheming youngest boy who idolized outlaws and never learned from his mistakes. For 5 seasons, he was the heart of the mischief. But when the show ended, the transition was brutal. He was 13, and the Hollywood machine simply stopped. The Brady name followed him everywhere, but it opened no doors. Instead, it became a weight. In 1997, on a Utah highway, Look Inland lost control of his car in a severe rollover accident. His blood alcohol level was more than 3 times the legal limit. He survived, was arrested, and in a moment that defined his life, he never drank again. That accident, which could have killed him, became the catalyst for his real life. He walked away from acting, worked in film production until a workplace accident severed the tip of his finger, and then founded Just Add Water Custom Concrete in Salt Lake City. In 2019, when the HGTV renovation special brought the cast back to the original Brady house, Look Inland got to show off his concrete work on the property. It was perhaps the most fitting reunion of all, a man who found peace by building things with his hands. Today, at 65, with an estimated net worth of $2 million, he is a testament to finding contentment far from the spotlight that defined his childhood. Susan Olsen, the actress who played the pigtailed Cindy Brady with the famous lisp, had a different relationship with the show. A detail her castmates still find endearing is that she named her own son after Mike Look Inland, a testament to the genuine bonds formed on that manufactured set. But Olsen herself was clear-eyed about her role. She has said plainly that she never thought of herself as a Brady, preferring her own family to the fictional one. After the show, she moved into graphic design and radio hosting, but her life off-camera was turbulent. 2 DUI arrests in the early 1990s landed her in jail and an 18-month education program, a chapter she has never shied away from. Her life included 3 marriages, a son on the autism spectrum, and a public presence that grew increasingly outspoken. In a cruel twist of irony, the woman who played the sweetest youngest sister became so controversial that her political statements contributed to the collapse of a planned reboot. Yet, in 2026, at 64 years old with an estimated net worth of $2 million, she is teaching acting to children in Santa Clarita, an occupation that makes her more like Cindy Brady than she ever intended. Christopher Knight, the middle son Peter Brady, arrived on the show with a resume that already included commercials for Cheerios and Toyota. He was the perpetual middle child, caught between Greg's effortless cool and Bobby's chaos, navigating life with a blend of warmth and occasional bad judgment. After the show, he faced the same typecasting trap as his co-stars. He was either too much like Peter Brady or was only offered roles designed to mock him for being Peter Brady. So he stopped auditioning altogether and built an empire in technology, co-founding Visual Software and later launching Escape Labs, which sold for a substantial sum. His most public chapter came via VH1, when his marriage to model Adrienne Curry became the reality series My Fair Brady. They married in 2006 and divorced on their 5th anniversary in 2011, a symmetry that underscores the volatility of his personal life. But Knight found peace in his 4th marriage in 2016, launched the successful Christopher Knight home furniture line, and now co-hosts the Real Brady Brothers podcast with Barry Williams. Born in 1957, Knight is 68 in 2026 with an estimated net worth of $10 million, making him the wealthiest of all the Brady siblings, a fortune built not on soundstages but in boardrooms. For Eve Plum, the actress who played the forgotten middle sister Jan, her entire legacy in popular culture can be boiled down to 3 words she spoke exactly once: Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. In one episode, In a moment of pure middle-child fury, she delivered a line that has now outlasted almost everything else about the show. Born in 1958, Plum was 11 when she became January. Her career after the show demonstrated a consistency and artistic ambition that the rest of the cast rarely matched. In 1976, she took a role as a teenage prostitute in Dawn, Portrait of a Teenage Runaway, a performance critics praised, but audiences received with confusion, unable to separate her from Jan Brady. She kept acting steadily in shows like Little Women and Blue Bloods while building a second career as a painter. Her still life works have been carried by galleries across the United States. She also proved to be a financial savant, selling a Malibu beachfront property she bought as an 11-year-old for $55,000 for a staggering $3.9 million. The most overlooked Brady turned out to have the most interesting second act, publishing her memoir in 2026. Today, at 67, with an estimated net worth of $6 million, Eve Plum is proof that the quiet ones often build the richest lives. Barry Williams was 14 when he became Greg Brady, the cool older brother with the groovy voice. In his own telling, he has never entirely stopped being Greg. He has written a book about it, hosted a podcast about it, and competed on Dancing with the Stars, all because of it. None of this is a criticism. He made peace with the role in a way that required genuine work. After the show, typecasting hit him hard, so he moved into musical theater, performing in Grease on Broadway to escape the shadow. 3 marriages ended in divorce before he found stability in 2017. The HGTV renovation special was genuinely cathartic for him, standing in the house that defined him, older and self-aware enough to find meaning rather than just nostalgia. His podcast with Christopher Knight has been a genuine second career. Today, in 2026, Barry Williams is 71 years old with an estimated net worth of $6 million. He is still Greg Brady, and he has decided that is perfectly fine. If Barry Williams embraced the role, Maureen McCormick was nearly destroyed by it. Marcia Brady was perfection, the girl everyone wanted to be. But Maureen spent years drowning in the distance between that image and who she actually was. After the show, she fell into a severe cocaine addiction, later writing in her memoir that she sometimes traded sex for drugs. She showed up to audition for Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981 having not slept in 3 days. The disastrous audition became a story that spread through Hollywood like wildfire, effectively ending her chances for A-list film careers. She battled bulimia and depression, and there was a moment when she stood on a balcony and threatened to jump. Recovery was not linear, but with the help of the man who would become her husband, she slowly rebuilt. Her 2008 memoir, Here's the Story, hit number 4 on the New York Times bestseller list. Today, at 69 with an estimated net worth of $4 million, she has never stopped showing up for the family that helped save her. The parents, Florence Henderson and Robert Reed, carried their own hidden weights. Florence Henderson was the warm, patient mother, Carol Brady. She was the first woman to guest host The Tonight Show and maintain financial stability through decades of work. But the role she played was the mother she desperately wished she'd had. She was the anchor of the cast, and when Robert Reed was dying, she made the calls to tell the kids. She showed up for her people until she physically couldn't, passing away in 2016 at 82. Robert Reed was the most complicated figure of all. A classically trained Shakespearean actor, he considered the Brady Bunch beneath him. He fought the scripts, clashed with the creator, and was cut from the final episode entirely. Yet, every week, he showed up and played Mike Brady with such genuine warmth that his castmates said he was a better father than their real dads. What audiences never knew was that Robert Reed was gay. Florence Henderson realized it during a kiss scene in the first episode, but in 1969, an openly gay actor playing America's favorite TV dad would have ended the show. He carried that secret for decades, a double life Henderson believed was the source of all his unhappiness. In his final years, he found peace teaching Shakespeare at UCLA. Diagnosed HIV positive in 1991, he kept it private. When he knew he was dying, he called Henderson to tell the kids. Robert Reed died in 1992 at 59. His tombstone reads, "Good night, sweet prince," Shakespeare, at the very end, exactly as he always wanted. More than 50 years later, the people inside that split-level house took every road imaginable. None of them were as smooth as the show suggested.